don't fucking know. I have the worst luck with this stuff.
It's all right. It's okay. I promise it's going to be okay. Yo, welcome back to Not Another Gaming Podcast. It's your boy, Papa Dom. It's episode 65, and once again, you're rocking with the finest degenerate journalists on the internet. No matter where you're rocking with us, whether it's twitch.tv/wickedgoodgaming every week. Usually it's on Thursdays. This time it's on a Wednesday. I need you to just deal with it. Every Friday, brand new, fresh, crispy, like condensating content in your podcast inbox, and you might, I mean, this is just me kind of throwing a suggestion out there. You might be listening to us on Spotify. A couple of people do. If you haven't heard, a couple of people do. Not to brag, but, it's just, we hang out. If you're new to us, we hang out every week. We yell at each other. Usually we just talk shit on the internet for an hour. Sometimes it's video game focused. Sometimes we talk about sunships, and sometimes we have illustrious guests. And this week, we have one of our longtime best friends. Actually, we go way back with this guest. We were just talking about how we used to have POG tournaments back in the day with our boy, content creator for Straight Rippin'. You might have heard of him. You probably have heard. I mean, just a little known indie game brand startup. Just starting out, small content creator. Mr. Proximitty, what's happening, man?
How's it going, dude? Yeah, dude, we go way back. We got like pictures of us in diapers together and shit.
Yeah, we go back like high top fades. People don't even know. Throwback jerseys.
Damn, high top fades.
Wow. Throw it way back.
Absolutely.
What's up, guys?
I was never able to get a fade. My whoever would take me to get a haircut, and nothing, Supercuts couldn't do a high bald fade. I used to just get the boys special.
That's what you get for going to Supercuts. You fucking.
Dead serious? How much will it take to get a mushroom cut back?
I mean, I think the barber would pay you not to get one.
Dude, I guarantee that'll be a thing again at some point.
I'm
History
down.
always
I'm
repeats
game.
itself.
I'm game. I'm in. I'm all in right now. I'm pushing the chips to the center of this fucking table. If we stop bringing mushroom cuts back, I will be the first one to get one.
I'm trying to imagine what a mushroom cut looks like. Okay, that's exactly what I imagined. Okay.
Yeah, you're like Minkus from Boy Meets World.
Yeah, it's not good.
And
mushroom cuts and South Pole jeans.
Yo, South Pole jeans never left. I'll go get those out of my drawers right now. You don't even know.
I got my Echo T and my South Pole jeans.
Wow, I'll meet you at Roller World on Friday. I'll drive if your parents can pick up. All right, Rob, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing okay. Prepping for a nice weekend away in Nashville this weekend. So
ooh, straight out of Cashville.
Let me get my cowboy hat and my spurred boots ready. Because I'm gonna be getting wrecked. I'm gonna be shit faced the entire week.
You're gonna be that cowboy gif, the cowboy gif with like the bottle and the fucking revolver.
Yep. Just a big bottle of fucking rye, just sitting in front of the bar I just got kicked out of.
Oh my god, unbelievable. Speaking of getting kicked out of places, what's up, Chris?
What are you talking about? I don't get fucking kicked out of anything. Dude, I am the most well-behaved person when you bring me out.
Child of God, 101.
Yeah, I really am. I sit in the corner, I read my Bible for 3 hours, and I drink my Jack and Coke, hold the Jack. Extra ice.
Extra ice.
Extra ice.
I'll have a scotch and water, hold the scotch.
Yeah, I mean, should put a lime in it. But I'm doing good. Another beautiful day. We had it was like summer today here. Really enjoyed that.
Oh, yeah.
For a little while today.
Yeah, we hung out. Couple casuals.
There's about to be a fucking blizzard on Friday, and I'm trying to get out of here on Friday. I'm trying to go to like nicer weather.
I hope you get out of here, but I hope that your flight gets delayed on the way back.
I'm fine with that. I'm okay with it.
As long as you're back by 7 p.m. on Monday so we can play D&D, that's fine.
We'll see.
I just want you to have a nice long vacation, Rob. I think you deserve it.
I absolutely deserve it. I'm ready to just go and not come back. I'm going to stop printing out copies of my resume now, and I'm just going to go to hospitals and start handing them out.
Do they have hospitals in?
Need somebody?
Out of yeah.
Today.
I mean, hey, we'll work. Yeah, we'll work for mushroom cuts. So speaking of weekends, we know we got a lot of stuff coming up this weekend, but why don't we talk about last weekend in this week's edition of the Weekend Recap? Cole, Mr. Prox, you're our guest. Why don't you do the honors, lead us off, talk about what would you get into this weekend? You get into any trouble, any misdemeanors, play any video games?
You didn't have to go like international or anything this weekend, did you?
No, nothing like that. Yeah, unless you count me being in London, in which case, yes, that would be. Yeah, no. So I'll explain. I guess I went to London for a Halo event, and it was Gfinity, and I was there spectating, and I was just going to go because I wanted to go to hang out in London, because who doesn't want to do that? And then also just hang out. But here's the thing: I'm not really going to talk about that as much as I'm going to tell you the quick story of why I was in my airport situation. It was a very last-minute trip, and as a result, the cheapest flights were the shittiest flying route ever. And so I live in Georgia, so I fly out of Atlanta, right?
Hey, shout out to ATL.
Yeah, I had to fly from Atlanta to Boston. It's not a big deal. Then I flew from Boston to Dublin, Ireland, and then I flew from Ireland to London. Many layovers in between, many flights. It wasn't too bad on the way there, but I was supposed to fly back on Monday. Well, apparently I fucked up somewhere in booking my flights, and I actually booked my flights or on Tuesday. So I get there, and I go to check in my bags on Monday, and I come up and I'm like, I have to print out all my boarding passes, because for some reason I couldn't get it to work where they just send it to my phone, which is the way I prefer it, of course, but I have 3 flights, so I needed to print off all 3 boarding passes. I go up to the nice Irish lady, or no, I guess I was still in London. I don't know what she was, whatever.
Drinking at the airport.
She was European. We'll just throw that one out there. She's
European. And I was like, yeah, I need to print all the stuff. And she's like, you're not coming up in our system. And I'm like, well, my flight leaves in like an hour. I need to, this and that. And apparently my flight didn't leave for 25 hours because I was there a whole day early. So then I just traveled an hour to get to the airport across London. And all the people I was staying with had, since they were going home, I was staying with a guy that lives in Northern Ireland and another guy that lives in London, but he's like further away. So I was kind of like stuck there. And then I had all the, million layovers and all that shit on the way back too. So I spent like the last 40 something, not the last, I guess. I've been home for like 12 hours now.
Oh, God.
But yeah, I got to get some sleep somewhere in between. And yeah, I spent way too much time at airports. It wasn't fun. But that was it. I mean, the overall experience, I think, was a good weekend. It was a good time getting to go to London and stuff. But the traveling part sucked.
Yeah.
I would not recommend.
Now, are you asleep on a plane, guy? You sleep on the plane, or you?
Absolutely not. I can't do it. I tried my best. I fell asleep for like 20 minutes at one point, and I woke up and my neck was killing me. And I also missed the chance for them to hand me food. I fell asleep in the exact 20-minute window where they were getting ready food. I wake up and everybody has shepherd's pie around me, and I was pissed.
What?
So
Wait a minute. What kind of flight did they serve shepherd's pie on?
when you're on an Irish airline, that's what they sell it to.
Mother of God! I didn't think that was real.
When you
Yeah,
fly
no, I know.
first
I was.
class.
No, it wasn't first class, just shitty coach, and I'm stuck in here, and like I'm 6 feet tall, so like I'm not by any means like crazy tall, but I'm tall enough to where if you're sitting, economy, it's not comfortable, and I don't have the most leg room. So.
Tom, what are you pushing vertically? 5'3"?
I'm 5'9.5" on a good day. Thank you. Hey, what's up, Kenny?
When it comes to tall guys, planes are the worst because you can't lay anywhere. If you want to put your head down on the little tray in front of you, you wake up with scoliosis, and then if you put your head down on the back of the chair, it's gonna roll over, and you're gonna headbutt someone next to you.
Dude,
that was my game plan. I did the desktop like I was in high school still.
Yeah,
I was coming
not
back from
good.
Chicago, right? When I was flying home, I was so drunk from the night before. This was the night before I moved back. I was dreading it, but it was like a fucking 6 a.m. flight. I passed out with my head just flat on the back of the chair in front of me the whole flight home. I woke up, dude, I had like the big fucking, like whatever the felt is, just pressed into my forehead. I probably smelled like booze and sweat.
Dude, but that's sick though.
That's your default scent, by the way.
I tried that, like what you're describing, the forehead on the seat in front of me. It didn't work. I tried all sorts of things. I couldn't get to work. I bought a neck pillow at the airport. I thought maybe if I had a neck pillow, I could sleep, and it still didn't work.
So
This is sick.
I took a trip to Europe last year, not to brag, but so on the flight back, so we were flying from Portugal to Spain. And it's not a long flight. It was like an hour. And so, we're on the flight, and we're in pretty much like the European version of Spirit Airlines. So we were on, what is it? It was not Ryanair. It was something else. It was like Duolingo or something like that. It was Vueling. Vueling is the airline. So literally, it's now. I mean, I'm sure that there's going to be a vampire joke in here, but I was basically sitting vertically. I was like sitting straight up like this. and it was like I felt like I was standing up in a coffin. Seriously, I mean, good evening.
Can't you just like latch your talon claw feet to like the overhead hanger bay?
Yes.
And just like sleep down.
Well, that's what I did. That's what I tried to do. But like, so you guys mentioned putting your head on the plane seat in front of you, and that's what somebody did to me. So I sat down, and all of a sudden, I feel these seats are not thick. I feel this dude's dome in my back. In my back. It feels like somebody threw a basketball at my back because this dude straight up just face planted on the seat behind me. So I'm like, okay, the plane has not even begun to taxi yet, and I'm like, I am not putting up with this bullshit for an hour ride. So I literally pull the latch on my seat and I lean it backwards. I could have broken this dude's neck. I don't give a fuck. So literally, I pull it back and I go whoop like this, like eject the seat. And the guy was like, had like an accent that I really couldn't place, so I'm not going to do an impression of it. But he was like, that wasn't very nice. And I was like, I'm not a nice person. Sit up. And that was it. Sorry.
Going savage on him, man.
My passport has an American flag on it. I get more legroom.
Is that how that works?
That's how it works.
Not another gaming podcast. Sorry. Other than that, I like flying. I'm not bad at. I'm a pretty good traveler. I like sleep. I can sleep on planes. I'm not bad at it.
It's one of my biggest fears is flying.
I'm gonna charge up my 3DS. For the
Dude,
Nashville flight.
I played Mario Kart like the entire flight.
On
Like, what is it?
Switch?
I'm gonna steal. No, on my 3DS.
No.
I'm gonna steal my nephew's. What's it called? Super Mario 64 for the DS. I'm just gonna take that with me.
That's a good
I
call.
need to get that. I was looking for it recently to see if it was available for digital download. It's like one of my favorite all-time games, and it's not. At least it wasn't when I looked a couple weeks ago. So I need to check again. But
Run
I
to
really
a
want
GameStop.
it.
It's like $7.
Yeah, I probably should. That can 3DS plays old 3D or old
Yep.
DS games, right?
Yeah,
That's
they
sick.
do.
I need to do that because that's my game. It's
Tom,
not,
what'd you do?
but I love that game.
Tom, what'd you do this weekend? Bro?
Well, I had a couple of refreshments with my two good pals, Rob and Chris. We had a drink. What did we drank on Friday, right?
Thursday.
Well,
Oh, it was Thursday.
that's all.
Friday's. Ooh.
That's all I got.
Weekend.
That's all I got. I did some trivia with my little brother. We came in fourth. Not bad for our first time doing this type of trivia and doing any sort of trivia together.
I realize I am the greatest fucking trivia master of all time.
I mean, I figured I was going to ask, but I
Best
could.
at fucking everything.
Oh
You're
my!
the best at everything.
I was like, hey, who's the best at blowing bubblegum bubbles? Rob.
Me.
Ro-
I'm the best.
Rob's over enlarged lungs, Troisi. Just, it's me. It's me. And I played a ton. I played an absolute metric shit ton of Knights of the Old Republic 2. Started a new playthrough. If you've been watching me on twitch.tv/wickedgoodgaming, I started a Dark Side playthrough. I've never played. I don't really usually play RPG games like as the bad guy or like. That's because a lot of RPG games have really shitty dialogue for the bad guys, but Mass Effect is the only exception. But rest in peace, Mass Effect. But I played a Dark Side playthrough of KOTOR 2. Some people have been watching me do that, and I realized how stupid easy it is at earlier levels when you have Force Lightning to just kill every NPC in like one move. So I'm enjoying that. That's a lot of fun. And other than that, I played some Doom on Nintendo Switch, which has been just a treat, just an absolute delight, and I can't wait to play more of it. And I watched like 22 episodes of Star Wars Rebels. Literally like maybe 27. Like I watched like 2 whole seasons in like over the course of the weekend. It wasn't a productive weekend. Yeah, but other than that, said 5 Hail Marys, did my thing. Oh, and I saw Black Panther, and Black Panther was dope.
Told you, dude. That movie's fucking good.
I actually tweeted out after I got to seeing it. Literally, Black Panther was fucking dope. So it was almost verbatim the opinion.
Yeah. No, it really was.
More intense though. Yeah.
This
really
just
good.
goes back. This just goes back to that telepathic connection that you and Dom have
That's
from
right.
like childhood.
Yeah. That one. That's how we first when we met at the the Xavier Institute for Gifted Children. Like I said, we go back like we were in grade school together, just in like psychic school. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Speaking of psychics, Rob, do you maybe have anything in the hole for a little guess my game?
I can get something going.
I mean, I feel like that's a good. I feel like that was too good of a segue to pass up.
I can get something going.
I'm so bad at this game.
I know, but we have Cole here, so me and Cole actually probably between the two of us know at least eight video games. Okay,
I
wait.
don't know if I'm familiar with this game, but I'm assuming you just kind of describe it without.
It's like
saying
20
the title.
questions. It's like 20 questions, and we have to guess the
Okay.
game. So while Rob is thinking of something, I'm going to ask you this as from one big Halo guy to another. I don't know if I mean, I know you're more into the competitive scene, but I assume you've played I assume you've played the campaigns too, right? You had to have. Please just lie to me.
Almost, yeah, dude. I love the campaign. I've played the first 3 multiple times. I played the 4th one, and I have not touched Reach, even though I know I hear everybody loves the Reach campaign. I have not played the Halo 5 campaign either.
Fucking Christ.
I know, I'm
This
sorry.
fucking guy. Kick him off the
know,
podcast. I didn't listen. Get the fuck. Yeah, just
I'm actually
G
like the
quit.
worst Halo fan because like you can ask me things about like the lore and I don't know.
I'm the
first
complete
thing.
reverse. You can ask me things about Halo esports, and I just
Yeah, no,
Neat.
yeah, I feel that. It's
so
actually crazy. I didn't know how big the lore really is until like I mean I knew like obviously people loved Halo, but like I have a bunch of Halo YouTube friends obviously, and some of them are just blowing up recently because they're just making lore content, and there's still a huge diehard interest in it. One of my good friends just hit 100,000 subscribers, so that's really great for him, and that was
damn,
he
I'm gonna
didn't
check that shit
yesterday.
out.
Yeah.
Dude,
he's
Dark Souls
blown up
lore.
off it.
Whew, I watch Dark Souls lore probably every single day.
Yeah, but the difference is that Halo actually gives you a fucking concrete story in the game, and you don't have to like. I don't have to beg,
Okay,
borrow,
you
and
figure
steal.
out the plot and the story
my
of the
God.
game through the items. You don't need extensive dialogue and plot. Okay, there's no exposition needed.
Kenny,
Stuck a nerve here.
Kenny goes in the chat.
Explore.
Kenny's in the chat, and he goes, he was like, "Fortnite is the best. PUBG blows. Fuck Rob."
We can have a conversation about that. I've been like, I think that'd be.
Yeah, I think we should definitely do
Yeah.
that.
So
Okay.
so let me just say this. So please, just from one Halo guy to another, just go play Reach's campaign. Just like set aside a weekend, okay? Do this for your old pal Papa Don. We go way back. So just set the shades down, set a real dramatic tone, and I guarantee you'll cry. I guarantee you'll cry.
I have this personal thing with myself where I'm big into movies and stuff. I really like all sorts of different types of films. Dramas usually are some of my favorites, and that includes some sad ass movies. And I've never actually cried watching a movie.
What?
And I'm
Oh my
not
god,
above it.
I cry every weekend.
No, I'm not above it. I am in a way, but it's not like I don't look down at people who cry during movies. But just because I know this that I never have, now it's like this challenge where it's like I can't let it happen.
Yeah, but have you ever seen Up though?
Oh, dude, I fucking love it. It's my favorite Pixar movie.
I'm gonna start crying right now.
But the
dude.
question is,
Every time I have to fight it, like every time, and watch the first 15 minutes, and I'm like,
Hado.
get through this,
chest
it's gonna be a
hurts.
fun ride, man. It's gotta get through this shit, and I get to watch. What was the name of the ostrich thing? Kevin.
Kevin.
There you go. Yeah.
but have
Watch
you
that.
seen Hardball?
Oh, let's not go here. Let's not go
I'll tell you
there.
actually, what I just watched that was the closest I've ever gone to crying is Fruitvale Station, and that's directed by Ryan Coogler, who directed Black Panther,
Yep.
and I heard good things about it, and it was on Netflix, and I watched it the other night just because I just watched Black Panther, and like I said, I just been hearing so much about it.
We're gonna do a group.
Excellent film.
Oh, can we
Make you wanna
stream
cry.
movies on Twitch? Can you stream movies, or is that illegal?
Probably some copyright issues.
Yeah,
I'm
we'll
not
think
sure.
about it. I mean, Hardball's out of the statute of limitations, right? We can watch Hardball.
Yeah, that's
Everybody,
gone by.
group watch session of Hardball next week on twitch.tv/WickedGamer. Actually, the next episode of the podcast is going to be complete silence except for us reacting to things in Hardball. That's what it's going to be. 2.5 hours long, and we just watch the most epic Keanu Reeves film ever created.
Keanu Reeves is a fucking legend.
Oh my god. All right. Wait, this is a gaming podcast, right? All right, yeah. All right, Bob, what do you got for us?
Do you want to do? Should I finish first or what? Did I finish first?
You tell me, baby.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen you pull out a cig yet, so I would assume not. Chris like that one. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. I still need to like make up a sound clip for this. But yeah, I mean, you know, I don't know. I just fucking, you know, let's go. So, Cole, you're not familiar with this, so we do a couple of different sketches on the podcast. One of them is called "Did You Finish" with Dr. Bob, and since we have to like find somewhere to talk about video games on this gaming podcast, so we give him 60 seconds to run down the entire last week's worth of gaming news.
Great.
Oh,
All right. Bert, you get 60 seconds on the clock. I hope that you've done your cardio today.
I didn't.
Ready? Go.
Kingdom Come Deliverance dropped with mixed reviews. Bayonetta 2 is hitting the Switch. Steam banned Incel Games for forced reviews. Producer Ryan Murphy got a 5-year, $300 million Netflix deal. For Honor hit 7.5 million sales. That increased 1 million unique users every month. Ubisoft Games as a Service increased with Siege and Wildlands. Secrets of Mana remake came out with with relatively decent reviews. Incredibles 2 trailer drop. Black Panther was incredible. PSVP price drop. Oh, fuck that. Last Jedi Blu-ray 14 deleted scenes. New Biomutant gameplay trailer dropped. Lost in Space reboot is coming to Netflix. NASA got the first episode. $500,000 Angry Birds Champions eSports competition. That's what's happened. After Carbon was amazing. Mute dropped on Netflix. Detective Pikachu looks terrible. Came out with terrible reception. You pay extra for save slots in the game. Rust comes out from early access after 4 years. Burnout Paradise Remaster is coming. Hunt Showdown hits early access. Net neutrality ends April 23rd.
59 seconds. 50. Like literally, I just hit stop and it's at 1 minute and in like 0.08 seconds.
Good job, bro. That was impressive.
Can I tap in on some of the things that were just said?
Yeah, that's exactly why we do this, so that we can actually have shit to talk about.
Oh my god.
How did nobody tell me about this Angry Birds Championship, man? I'm a god at that game.
Oh my god, here we go. Here we
This is the
go.
worst possible game that has ever been a game.
This is hold on. This is a daily
How do they
payout.
have $500,000 to have a tournament?
No, not a $500. This is a $500,000 daily payout. Daily $500,000.
So they're paying people to play.
Like DraftKings Angry Birds?
Well, so they're gonna have.
Yeah,
they're
take the fucking orange one. That
They're
guy's
making
great.
their own Angry Birds. It's called Angry Birds Champions for eSports. Daily $500,000 payout.
Chris, are you getting on that? We need a weekly
Dude.
esports report from Chris on this.
I am fuming right now. It doesn't show, but I will never forget the day. It was Super Bowl Sunday. I open up my Instagram to see if I can find some ass in the morning, get my day going, and there's an ad for Angry Birds Super Bowl to download. Get the fuck out of my face, Angry Birds Super Bowl. You've tried enough. Angry Birds Star Wars, Angry Birds Rio, fucking Olympics. Enough's enough. Angry Birds 1, Angry Birds 2.
For the Olympics, it was for the movie Rio because it was about birds.
Was it really?
No, there was one for the Olympics too.
Yes, I don't. Maybe there was, but I knew there was the one for the bird movie.
See, there's been so many of them, I can't even keep.
This
track.
is now
It's
the
time to hang
official.
up.
This is the foremost Angry Birds lore podcast. We're gonna make
It's like-
Angry
it's
Birds
like
lore
Fast
videos.
and Furious. It's
when
time to
Angry
hang it
Birds
up.
first became what it was, I was like, I don't know, I was early high school. So that was like I had it on my iPod Touch, and that was what I played in class when I was, of course, paying attention to being a good student. So I got pretty good at Angry Birds because of that, and I cared. I was trying to get all the 3 stars and all of them. So that was, I grinded that game, dude. I didn't know about this esports nonsense. I
So
didn't
are you
actually
gonna
know
take
anybody
part
still
in it?
played. I might, dude.
Like actually, or are you just?
I don't know. I mean, I'd have to look into it, but I mean, that'd be kind of sick, right? I mean, if you get 500,000 payout a day, don't you think?
Yeah, but that's broken down. That's broken down over like probably a billion different
I'm sure.
contests. Like DraftKings gives out $1 billion a day or some shit like that. But that's like for the $1 and $2, shit like that. I mean, I don't. Who knows? Maybe you actually are winning. Like HQ Trivia is like, oh, we're giving away 25. Also, fuck HQ Trivia. They like, well,
fair.
we're giving away $50,000 tonight, and then 8,200 people win, and everybody's like, you get $1.50.
No, Scott Rogowski is the man, and I really want to get him on.
I have
here.
nothing against Scott Rogowski. I just have everything against that HQ never fucking works. When I try to log,
No.
every time I'm like fired up and I'm like, dude, I'm so fucking ready for some trivia, and I get on and it's like, we're actually gonna postpone the game for a half an hour, and I'm like, great, I got shit to do today.
I can't tell you how many times I've legitimately pressed on the right answer for a fact. 150%. I clicked on the right answer, and I was kicked out of the game because the answer was wrong. And I just deleted it after like the 3rd time of that happening.
Yeah, it's not good.
I was heartbroken.
Not good.
Everyone, I was playing with my family, and my fucking my stupid ass cousin got it right, and she picked the answer. She's like, "Oh, Chris, you're stupid." No, fuck you. The game stinks.
Oh god, I'm just so glad we have so much to relate on. So, man, I kind of just forgot. I had something that I picked out and something that Rob said, and okay. Burnout Paradise is getting a remaster, which is Burnout Paradise is one of my favorite games ever, like ever. Like not top 5, but like top 8, like MySpace top 8 video games ever. Burnout Paradise, so fucking good. Just because of the overall like ambiance to it. Soundtrack is great. Gameplay is perfect. And like the exploration factor is unbelievable. But it's not coming to Nintendo Switch, and I think that is like you're basically just pissing in the face of anybody who could possibly love Burnout more. Like, I feel like it should be on Switch just for me to play, if nobody else. I will single-handedly cover their costs to port Burnout to the Switch, because what other game would you rather play a beautiful open world game on than a handheld console that you can play anywhere? You can fire up your Switch in traffic while you're driving. Don't do it.
Yeah. But you could.
But I played
Burnout
Skyrim
sounds
on a
fun,
plane.
man.
I played Skyrim on a plane a couple of weeks ago, and I was never more. It was a euphoric moment, a groundbreaking moment in my life. I was never happier in my life. You think that I spent extra time on the shitter to play Pokemon when I was a kid? Wait, now I have a 200-hour Skyrim that I can play. I mean, I might as well do my dissertation on the bowl. It's unbelievable. So Burnout Paradise needs to be on Switch. I cannot believe that there are still developers that are holding out, especially EA. It's like, hey, here's some free money. Just like convert this file to a .Nintendo Switch file, or what the fuck you need to do. There can't be much work that needs to be done if you're already porting it to an Xbox and PS4. I just don't understand how it's not a no-brainer at this point to reboot titles that you know people are going to buy. And chances are, if you have a Switch, it's not the only console you have. I don't have facts to back this up, but like you probably have another one. It just seems like a no-brainer to me. So I have no idea why there's still AAA companies that are holding out. I don't like it. I'm upset about it. Somebody talk about something else before I have a conniption.
Is that the car game, Burnout?
I hate you so much.
No. This is where they take lit
Midnight
cigarettes
Club.
and then they just put them out in ashtrays.
Burnout is the it's the PAX East 2016 Chris Palladino simulator.
Dude, I was a fucking Burnout. If you talk to me, like I was a space yacht. There was like lights on, no one home.
Kid was absolutely waffled at the after party at 8:30 p.m.
Dude, Texas weed, it's nothing to fuck around with. 2 puffs and I couldn't see.
Oh my
I've
God.
actually never been to a PAX event, man. It's disappointing.
We can't
I'm
wait to
looking
see you at
forward-
PAX East 2018.
All right, you guys gonna be there? I'm trying to go to PAX West. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to, but I'm planning on it.
So you should come.
What?
Yeah, we're gonna be at PAX East because it's in our hometown. We're pretty much the.
Wait, are you guys from Boston?
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Oh,
You haven't heard? You haven't been able to tell?
No, I was picking up on that, but I wasn't sure. But I didn't want to. Dude, I was literally in Boston for like 7 hours on a layover yesterday, doing nothing.
should have told me. I
know.
I work right down the street.
Dude, literally, we're on 1A. We banged down 1A 15 seconds. We're at Logan. We could have got a beer at the Cisco Brewery.
Dude, that would have been great.
Unbelievable.
I sat there.
We could have recorded the
sat there.
podcast right there.
I know,
Yeah.
dude.
Good
That would have
content.
been a great time. No, I'm sorry, I
This
didn't know.
fucking guy. Well, next
I
time
know.
you get on a layover, I mean, we know you're a world traveler. Next time you get a layover at Logan, holla at your boy.
Dude, I will. Can I tell a crazy story that happened to me at Logan yesterday? Though?
Yes.
At the airport?
Yes.
Okay, this is the first time I had ever been recognized in public as Proximity outside of like a gaming event.
Sick brag.
This is really cool.
Hold on, wait. Cue the drunk cowboy.
Dude, it was it was a crazy experience. I was wearing an MLG hoodie. That's what I was traveling in, and this kid, he's probably like 13, came up to me, and he's like, "Hey, I have a question." And I was like, assuming that he recognized the MLG logo, maybe he's gonna ask me like, "Oh, you're an MLG pro for XYZ or something." I don't know. He was just like, "Are you Proximity?" And I was like, I think I was geeking out more than he was. I was just like so like, "Oh my god, dude!" Like somebody recognized me. It was cool. His name was Matt. He's a nice guy. He plays PUBG, so that's how he knew me. But I just thought that was really cool. Yeah, I was.
It was cool.
I've been recognized
That's
at
dope.
at Halo events just because that makes sense. But yeah, never just in public. So I thought it was really cool.
That's pretty amazing. I mean, like we geek out like when people comment on our shit and they're like, "Dude, we love your stuff," or like we go nuts. Like we had somebody message us on Facebook and we like
Three people.
yeah, and
He
we
messaged me directly and be like, "Wait, are you Dr. Bob from Wicked Good Gaming?" And I'm like, "Wait a second, you listen?"
That's
But it's like,
yeah,
no,
it's-
they're going to say no because your name says Dr. Bob from Wicked Good Gaming.
yeah. I mean,
but-
like the point is that the having people even just like message us or even like to the Wicked Good Gaming like page on Facebook, which is facebook.com/wickedgoodgaming. You like people have messaged us and they're like, "Hey," like somebody was just like, "Hey, I love this, like, I love the podcast, like, keep it up, whatever. Like, I just found you guys randomly on Spotify, and we're like, what? That's fucking wild. Like, so Plastics, who's in the chat right now, our man Kenny, just found us randomly on Twitch one day, and we were baffled for like 2 weeks. We actually thought that we figured he was like somebody's little cousin that we knew, and like we were like, oh, so how do we know you? And he was like, you guys don't know me. Like, I'm just from Massachusetts, and I found you guys, so just like deal with it. Like, I'm watching you, and now here is
deal with it. I'm gonna be around for the next 2 years with you guys. Get used to it.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, and so we appreciate you, Kenny. Thank you. And he's here right now. And also, Joe, we can't forget about our foremost premier Scottish Sig, Mr. Joe. Thank you. Thank you for being you. And, yeah, so that's pretty much it. But that's dope that you got recognized, man. That's a pretty great feeling. Did that kid tell you that his gamer tag was, like, XX420, like, no scopes?
No. I was actually, I asked him what his name was. Usually when I do that, like at Halo events, people tell me their gamer tag and their actual name. But now he was like, my name's Matt. I was like, it's cool, man. Do you like playing Halo or you like playing PUBG? Because like I said, my channel's kind of both at the moment. So he was like, yeah, I like playing PUBG. It's neat. I talked to him for, it was a brief conversation. But it was cool. I actually asked this question on Twitter before, and I had a couple of mixed responses, because we do have, both from people that have been guests on the podcast before and otherwise. Do you feel more normal if somebody were to be like, yo, like if that kid didn't come up to you, if he like shouted it out and he was like, yo, Proximity, or like, yo, Cole, like would it be like more normal if like a 14-year-old kid was yelling your name in an airport terminal, or like, what feels more natural? I think for me, I just, I don't know. I go in for handshakes. That seems normal to me. You make eye contact with people. You just address them like normal people, because, I'm just a normal guy too, like, I don't know. Like I said, I think I was geeking out more than he was. He just kind of seemed like, cool, what's up? And, I feel like a normal, just come up and introduce yourself, because I really do, just feel like a normal guy. I think a lot of people get this weird, if you gain any sort of internet fame, no matter how small or how big, it affects people differently. But something that I've learned is that you're just the same person, and it's just
yeah, because
some people know who you are. That's cool. But
like anybody outside of that, like you go to PAX or whatever, like, and you might have 86,000 people that might know who you are, but you step outside the convention center and nobody fucking knows. Like, you go to the bar and it's like nobody knows you. So it's, you got to kind of like, I feel like there's a lot of people who we've met who might have like a bigger ego than they should. And I mean, this is not to say that like, there's some, if you've got a big following and you've worked hard, like, absolutely brag about that shit. We brag about nothing on this podcast for 65 weeks. And we do put out a good product. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
We have something to brag about, though.
Yeah, we do. We do. But like, not like,
like we might very well be the top trending gaming podcast on Spotify.
Hey, thank you for the follow, Superior Snake YT. Thank you, man. We appreciate you. But we've met some people who have been super. Like, we were at DreamHack Montreal. We met some people who were like, yo, you have a couple minutes, like, we just want to chat and like record something for the podcast. And somebody was like, nah, I don't really have time for you, or some shit like that. I'm like, okay, dude, like, you're good. And then we hung out with our best friend Justin Wong, who was like, yo, I love the podcast, the business cards are dope. Like, and then we saw him at an event, Red Bull Battlegrounds in Boston, actually, when he was on our home turf, and he remembered who we were, and he was like super humble and down to earth. So shout out to Justin Wong, loves us. I'm gonna text him right now.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I actually got to do I was in Orlando for the MLG event, and somebody asked me to do an interview with him for his YouTube channel, and it's definitely like, he was surprised that I agreed to do it, but it wasn't because I was like, oh, let me help this guy out. It's because like, I just thought it was cool. Like, of course, like, I don't know, I thought it was a neat opportunity. So yeah, I don't know. And I'm not saying, yeah, I agree, you can, if you want to brag about your success, that's great, like, absolutely. Just for me, I really do just feel like I'm just a normal guy that plays video games for a living, and that's what I am. So I don't think I'm like elevated above anybody. You know what I mean?
I'm literally gonna get a three t-shirt press that just says "Not Another Gaming Podcast," top trending gaming podcast on Spotify, and wear it around PAX the whole fucking weekend.
Just a literal, like a stringer tank.
Yeah,
you can do it, man.
Sure.
So
ask me who I am.
If you're you listening to this and you're like a 13, 14-year-old kid or whatever who's going to a convention, and you are going there hoping that you're going to run into somebody who you recognize, do you have any tips for them to like approach they're people that they might be starstruck by?
You asking me?
Yes.
Okay.
No, not these two fucking jabronis.
What?
I think, I don't know. To me, I think one thing you have to understand. Okay, it's kind of hard to put into words. Let me try to gather my thoughts. So I've been to many events for like actual competition and stuff. The MLG event, because MLG just returned to Halo Out, if you heard about that. So that was a huge deal. So I wanted to go to Orlando because it was the first one back. Orlando was by far the best atmosphere out of any event I've been to. And as a result, there was more people out of any event that I've been to. And my channel has, of course, been the biggest now than it has ever been at this event. So a lot of people came up to me. I met, I don't know, I could probably estimate like 80 people came up and introduced themselves to me or something like that. And I would say that if you are going to be in a group of people like that, if you're trying to see somebody, I mean, I'm not even like, I'm pretty small in terms of overall internet fame. So if you're going up to somebody like, let's say Ninja, for example, who of course is huge name on Twitch. Shout out Ninja, love that guy. I've been watching him since 2012, like back in the Reach 1v1 days. Huge. I'm so happy for him for doing as well as he is.
He's a beast.
Yeah, you'd think he just hit 70k subs today on
He
Twitch.
did.
Dude?
He broke like 72 or 73k subs today.
We just
Nuts.
broke 72 viewers.
So, yeah, I think just no matter the size, whatever it is, I would just say that like if you're gonna go up, first of all, you can't like undo being starstruck. If you're just nervous, you're gonna be nervous. But I mean, like, understand that they are gonna be approached by a lot of people, and you can't expect them to. Like, if you go up and say what's up, you can't expect to be hanging out with them all weekend, and they're just gonna like bring you in their group and like, come on, like, let's tag along and stuff. Like, I think it's cool to have a normal conversation. And if they're not a dickhead, they're gonna treat you like a normal person, and then you can have your little experience with them, and then move on. And I think like it does get a little uncomfortable when some people can't pick up on like social cues as to when like, okay, I'm gonna move on now. Like. So
wait,
just,
you mean that's a problem in the in this industry?
Yeah, that is one of the problems. Some people don't have the best, and it sucks because like you don't. I want to be nice to people and things, and I would never want to be like, all right, listen, can you fuck off? But like, so it's kind of where it's like, all right, man, I gotta go do this, and
my man, you smell like beef and cheese. I'm gonna need you to take 2 steps back, and then Rob is like, listen, I swear to God, I'm fine. Seriously, I'm good.
I put deodorant on. What do you mean?
Yeah. Take what you can get and don't expect it to be like, you're not gonna be like best friends with this person like in an instant. And I don't know. I just think like, you have to understand that other people are busy, and especially in an environment like that, they're gonna be busy. So that would be my advice.
Yeah,
I think
good. Like don't like breathe on people is kind of like a big one. I actually saw. I mean, because when we were at PAX, we were literally like passing out T-shirts and business cards like they were the key to saving humanity, and we're just like throwing merch at people, just no big deal, and you would see people who were like lining up to meet developers or Twitch streamers or other like personalities or whatever, and they were just sitting there like huffing. Like, just breathing so heavily. And I'm just like, bro, just take a deep breath. Like, have a little sip of water. Like, maybe a breath mint. And, like, just chill. Like, just relax. I think that if I was in your position, too, it would be the same exact way. Like, I do hope that we have more people eventually that are like, yo, what's up? Like, not another gaming podcast. We love you. Please sign my forehead or some shit like that. But don't... if you're gonna say something, say it. Just be like, yo, Dom, what's up? Like, I like to think that we're normal guys. I think we have varying degrees of approachability, but we are all, overall pretty friendly people.
Wait a second. What are you trying to say? Are you trying to say I'm not approachable?
Kinda,
yeah. Yeah, kinda. Your shoulders are just so massive, and just so covered in hair. But then again, I mean. That's you're on brand. We're on brand. But no, I mean, I just think like I felt awkward around people that I wish I was like, damn. I wish I would just like. I wish I would have just said like, what's up to this person and not just lingered near them, because I actually I was at an after party at PAX 2016. This was like when Wicked Good Gaming was just like a twinkle in our eye. It was like 2 or 3 months before we launched the website, and I was just telling people, I was mingling with people. I had some connections from a prior gaming job, and was kind of cashing in on those to get into the after party. And I was just like, yo, like, look out for this new website, Wicked Good Gaming. It's going to be dope. We're going to come out with a podcast. It's going to be great. And I saw Adam Sessler from G4 there, chilling at the bar, just doing his thing. And I was like, dude, I grew up watching this guy just rant about games on television, and he is like the curmudgeon that I aspire to be. And I didn't say hi to him. I completely like bitched out. I was like, I can't even approach this guy. I'm like starstruck. I just couldn't say hi. And like some random dude walked up and was like, yo, what's up? And they like clinked beers, and I was like, wow, I'm a loser.
That's actually funny you say that, because like I can at the Orlando event specifically, like my normal everyday life is, yeah, I'm a fucking nobody, but in a place like that, I'm like a celebrity. But I would see a lot of people that would clearly recognize me, because I know this, because they'd be in a little bit of a conversation, they'd notice me like triple take or something, you know, like
yeah.
I can see them seeing me, and then they wouldn't come up to me. And like I encourage people, at least for me, to just be like, you know, just come and say what's up, because like I said, I'm just like a normal guy. So, and I feel like, I don't know, you know, your situation, but I feel like it probably would have gone just about how the other guy did, you know, clink the beer and say what's up and be cool.
Yeah, I mean, and that's happening.
I'm making it a goal that by the end of like this PAX, I'm gonna make Greg Miller one of our best friends.
It's a good call.
I'm gonna make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, go for it. He seems like a really nice guy.
Yeah,
He does seem like a very nice guy. I'm gonna make him one of our best friends.
You're
What
like
do you think his favorite food is?
wings.
Deep
Wings?
dish pizza.
No.
Deep dish pizza for
Your
sure.
favorite food can't be
He's a
wings.
Chicago native. It's deep dish pizza.
Oh, I got a recommendation.
I know where.
Authentic.
If he likes deep dish pizza from Chicago, he should definitely try out the most authentic Chicago taste around, which is Uno's. An authentic Chicago experience.
I think we're really. I mean, if we want to make Rob, you can put your headphones back on. We're good. So, what the rattlesnake pasta is another option.
Shut the fuck up.
Dude, rattlesnake pasta is phenomenal. When they try to cheat me out though with the jalapenos, I get so fucking mad.
I mean, only a true Chicago native would know to be discerning enough to know when there's not enough jalapenos on your rattlesnake pasta. I just think.
Really hurts.
Cole,
It's like, I'm
Rob
not
spent
like
like 7
4
months in Chicago, so now he's Mr. Chicago. So now we can't talk about
okay,
Uno's.
okay.
So
Gotcha.
13.
Oh, okay, so it's over a year.
No.
oh
Shut
my
the fuck
God.
up.
All right, I
Dude,
got.
you should have seen it when we were in town the other night. When we went to McGreevy's all together. When we were leaving, you should have seen the patio at Uno's. I'm telling you, it was like you were in downtown Chi-Town.
Liddy
It
two
was
titties.
fucking empty. What are you talking about? It was
Dude.
empty.
There had to be at least 45 people out there.
Chris, we were in the same Uber when we left. It was, you pointed it out. You said, oh, look, there's Uno's. And we both looked at it, and you go, wow, it's empty. I was
there's
sitting next to you.
No, I think you were too fucked up.
Cole.
It was packed.
What do you have any specific favorite types of pizza?
No, I mean where I live, there's not any crazy like Papa John's is like the best pizza, you know. So
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck Papa John.
oh, we got mellow mushrooms. I mean that's cool. That's good.
Where are you from? Whereabouts? You don't have to like give me your address, but like.
I can give you my address. No,
right,
I live in Georgia, like 2 hours south of Atlanta. So,
Yeah, but you got Fox Brothers Barbecue out there. Have you been to Fox Brothers in Atlanta?
I don't. No, I haven't.
Fox Brothers. I was actually down in Atlanta for a week. I mean, I'm actually Mr. Atlanta. I was there for 3 days. So,
Oh, shit. All right.
yeah, you know,
You're regular Southern.
when you think of Hot Atlanta, you think of me. Fox Brothers Barbecue in Atlanta is actually so legit. And there's a couple of other places too that I was really wanted to try. Shout out Warren from Down in Front podcast. Also was down there with me in Hot Atlanta. It was a great time. But
you know, nobody calls it Hot Atlanta, right? Like,
I mean,
if you live in,
I was just listening to Ludacris's second album, and he called it Hot Atlanta. So as far as I'm concerned,
all right, that's fair.
I'm in a time capsule. It's like an image of what I think Atlanta looks like.
Yeah.
And by
I
that I
it's
mean
funny when people call
Hot
it that.
Atlanta.
But like,
I mean Hot Atlanta.
yeah.
Dude,
I like-
Atlanta Airport has a really cool smoking room.
Atlanta Airport is a fucking so you guys got to understand that as I've grown up. So
It's like
I'm
Hartsfield
originally,
Jackson, right? Or something like that.
I'm originally from. It's actually the busiest airport in the world. I don't know if you know that, but it has more flights come in and out and more people traveling through it than any other airport in the world. Yeah, so I'm actually originally from Ohio, which is why I sound like a Midwesterner, at least to a strong degree, not like a Southerner. I don't have that at all. But,
Ohio, that's right near Illinois. You know,
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
out there.
right there, dude,
I
right there, bro.
grew up there, essentially.
Yeah. So growing up, I moved here when I was like, I don't know, I've been here for 17 years now. So I'm very used to the Atlanta airport. I didn't realize for a long time that's actually the busiest airport in the world. So now when I travel to other places, I land and I'm like, the hell is this? This is like a basketball gym, and that's your airport. Like, yeah, because like when you get to Atlanta, you get through security, you have to literally get on a train to go get to your gate and shit like that.
Oh my god.
It's a jungle, man. It's a crazy labyrinth maze. You could film a sick ass like zombie movie inside of the Atlanta airport.
Yeah.
In
no,
fact, I'm gonna pitch that. It'd be a good idea.
It would be a good idea. I'd watch it. Thinking back when I was at that airport, I had everyone convinced that I was with, that I met Ludacris in the smoking room, and everyone was running around wild trying to find Ludacris. And obviously there was no Ludacris. I was just in the smoking room cranking hoons alone. And,
speaking of famous people in airports, I was I'm sorry, I didn't know if you were done with your story.
Oh no,
but,
I was hoping someone
You guys
interrupted
will
me
know.
so I didn't have to continue.
Okay. You guys will know because you're from Boston, but
It was
I go
Mark
to,
Wahlberg, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, I didn't see him, but I go up because I was like, I just got back from Europe, and I'm like, I want an American-ass burger, right? Like, I'm back in America, let's do it. So I go to this place, Wahlburgers, and I was like, so there's two possibilities here. The owner is either a diehard, like, Mark and Donnie fan, or it's owned by them. And I asked one of the employees, and they're like, no, they show up pretty regularly. And I was like, oh, that's pretty rad. And the food was delicious, so I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, one of the other 9 Wahlberg kids is a chef, and he founded it. But it's like all
sick.
their like
Okay.
memorabilia is all over the walls. It's like all Mark Wahlberg movies and New Kids on the Block albums.
Dude, I think Wahlburgers is trash, if we're going to be completely honest.
I didn't like it either.
I'm not like
Really?
honestly, it's pretty good for like a quick fix. Like their burgers are okay.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like the best burger. Also, you got to remember, I just got back from Europe, so like this was. I mean, McDonald's would have been 5 stars at this point.
I
so-
mean, and it's
McDonald's
always
is 5 stars.
It is 5 stars. Let's just.
You're right.
Let's
It's always
absolutely.
5
Yeah,
stars.
exactly.
Ain't nothing wrong with McDonald's, right?
No,
there.
there's really not. You get like 4 McDoubles, add Big Mac sauce and McChicken to switch it up a little bit, fry, and a drink, and you spend like
cheap,
$8
too,
call it a
you
day.
can't beat that.
No, you really
I went to a
can't.
McDonald's when I was in London, and the menu is extremely different. It's very interesting.
Really?
Yeah, it is a lot different.
Yeah, they have this thing called the Chicken Legend, and it was like this like sandwich people are like raving on about, and it's literally a fucking piece of chicken, fried chicken, and you have 3 different options for your mayo. You can get cool mayo, which is normal mayo, hot and spicy, which is just chipotle mayo, and then you can get horseradish mayo.
That's
and then it's just a
unbelievable.
piece of lettuce. It's a piece of fried chicken, mayo, lettuce. That's it. I was like, that's like a classic chicken sandwich.
So
like,
tinfoil hats. Hold on. Can we get tinfoil hats, please? Hold on. There we go, Cole. There you
Oh,
go.
you're good,
Yep,
you're
there we
good,
go. Did England go through with Brexit because they didn't want anybody to get their secret mayo recipes? Tinfoil hats off.
I hadn't considered that. It's a good point.
The best kept secret. It's like that's going to be the plot of the. Wait, hold on a second. Tinfoil hats back on. Hold on. The next National Treasure movie is going to be about getting the.
What is in the cool mayo? What's what makes it cool?
It's Nicolas Cage with somebody with like from the scruff of their shirt, and he's like, "Tell me what's in the recipe." And then it cuts to like Sean Bean from the first movie, and he's like looking down like a mine shaft or something. He's like, "We're going down there again." Chicken
Nicolas Cage is
Legend.
my president.
Wow, I'm changing my gamer tag to Chicken Legend.
Dude, okay, so the whole story behind that. Sorry, I take the tinfoil hat
Oh,
off.
hold on a second. Yep.
One of my good friends who I went to meet him there was my friend Ubernick. He's from Northern Ireland. He's also a Halo YouTuber. And we were talking. We've been friends with him for years. And I was talking to him one day in Discord, and he mentioned he was going to go to McDonald's and get a Chicken Legend. And first of all, he has the accent, so it just sounded funny, the pronunciation of the word legend. I'm not going to try to do it. I would butcher it. But I'm just having a great time laughing over here. And he's like, why is that funny? And Goldie's like, we don't have that. I don't know what that is. A Chicken Legend sounds hilarious because...
What the fuck are you laughing about?
It's like... and so when we were there, he's like, we're gonna go get a Chicken Legend, we gotta go. And I didn't realize that it was literally just a normal chicken sandwich with it's just mayo, fried chicken, and lettuce. But I got the hot and spicy version, so it's the chipotle, and it was pretty good.
That sounds fire.
Yeah, it was good.
Hey, do you guys want to try to guess my game?
Yes.
You know, Rob, I'm not just normal mayo. I'm cool mayo.
That's right.
Chris Cool Mayo Palladino.
Yeah, cool mayo.
They had badass motherfucker mayo too, but I was a little intimidated by that, so I was like,
That's
I just
shit.
played
What is
it
that
safe.
like?
Did they actually?
This is made with Carolina Reaper
That
peppers.
would have been sick. I would have been like, just give me a bowl of that. I would have rubbed it all over my
Speaking of
chest.
Carolina Reaper peppers, one of these days we're gonna do a donation stream of us doing the Hot Ones challenge.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Also, the
Hot
the
Ones,
donations are all going to go to the ER funds for Chris and Rob when they go to the hospital. I've actually done...
Yep.
So I did this challenge the other day with two of my buddies, and I was telling them about it, and they were like, "Yeah, so we're gonna need a control. We're gonna need you to like mediate this thing, so that way not all three of us die at once." So I'll be there, like narrating. Maybe we'll try to record a normal episode of the podcast while we do it.
It's like it sounds like we're doing fucking shrooms.
I know, dude. Like every time my friends used to do shrooms, I had to be their caregiver because Justin would get out of the car while we're driving around, take his shoes off, and start howling at the moon.
I mean, I've never had an experience like that.
Pretty sure that's bath salts. Pretty sure we're talking about bath salts.
Pretty sure that's
All right,
not true.
You guys want to guess Zoltan Bob's game?
Yeah, let's do it.
Sure.
You're never gonna get it, but it doesn't matter because you guys.
Give us. Can you not give us something that's impossible like the last one? That wasn't even.
He Googles the worst selling game of all time and picks one of them.
Yeah. Also,
Chris,
the last
I'm
game was
sorry,
not even a
look,
genre that
how about
it
this,
was
how
not even
about
the right
this?
genre.
One of these weeks, I'll make it either Angry Birds for Chris, or Counter Strike for Chris, or Call of Duty for Chris. And there you go, Chris.
Oh yeah, pick them. I mean, I'll definitely get them. I'll definitely get those.
All right, cool. So how this works is, I have a game up here in my mind, right?
All right.
You guys have X amount of yes or no questions to try to figure out the game.
Okay.
Typically we'll keep it at 20, but like last week, I thought Dom might have been onto something, so I pushed it to 25. So we're gonna have that lingering, like that if, the big if, because if you guys get close, I might bump it up to 25. So.
It's yes or no questions only.
Yes, correct.
Okay. All right. Easy enough. I mean, the concept is easy enough. I'm not gonna say it's easy that I'm gonna get the game, but we'll see what happens.
All right, whatever you guys are ready.
All right, Cole. You kick it off. You go first.
Okay. Is this a console exclusive game?
Yes.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay. Would this? Has this game?
Don't ask me if I would know if you know this game. Don't fucking ask me that question.
Rob, that actually narrows it down, though.
Is this a good game?
That's not the kind of questions I asked. Last time I said, Rob, would I enjoy this game? That was last time I said, would I enjoy this game? And Rob was like, are you fucking serious? Rob had the biggest hair across his ass. But I'm like, Rob, we like the same games. Rob also told us it was a different genre than it actually was, but we're not going to go there.
Oh my god.
Completely wrong. But anyway, so is this game a specific console exclusive?
Yes.
Good question. Okay. Now we just got to figure out which console. That's gonna be difficult though.
Chris?
I'll let you guys take this one. I'm thinking so. I don't want to waste your questions because there's no chance in hell I'm gonna get this game. So if I ask a stupid question like,
This is
is there an animal as a main character? You guys are gonna get fucking pissed off.
Chris, again, that was a good question when you asked it.
I was the reason that we ended up getting that one.
That was a good question.
I
I'm
said,
not
is the
gonna
main
lie.
character an animal and does it wear human clothes? And both of them were a yes, and we got them.
Those are two good questions when you asked them.
But
What
no, I
what was
believe
the
in Dom
game?
and Cole, so.
Jet Force Gemini.
Easy. I would have never got that.
I got it.
All right. So it's my question then.
Yeah.
Let's see. I was gonna ask. Oh, is it a platformer?
No.
Okay.
Is this game a PlayStation exclusive?
Yes. Good question. Good question.
Thanks.
You guys
I
are,
like
you
it.
guys are fucking evolving. You're evolving in between episodes. This is beautiful. I'm seeing real growth here.
Well, it's because they actually have someone that can contribute and not me.
So this is a PlayStation exclusive. We know it's a console exclusive, and
Not a platformer.
it's not a platformer. And PlayStation's not really like a platforming console anyway. But so it's got to be PS2, 3, or 4. We know it's a console. Okay, so good.
Chris.
After you, my friend.
All right. Let's see. I don't want to basically repeat my last question, but with a different genre. But I might do that.
We could
Okay.
narrow down the consoles first and see if we can...
Oh, that's a good point. All
I
right.
like this. You guys are strategizing. This is
Is
teamwork.
all right,
This is
is it-
fucking teamwork.
Good job, guys.
Is it a PlayStation 2 game?
Yes.
Oh,
Very nice.
Oh, great! This is where I leave you, because this is like where there's one set of footprints in the sand is usually like where I carry Chris in this game. But I didn't own a PS2, so okay. But we know it's not a platformer.
Oh, dude, PS2 is my first well, I had an N64, but my first console that
Okay.
I can't. Whatever. I don't know. I loved my PS2. I played it a lot.
Was this game... Was this game rated mature?
Yes.
That was a good question.
Fire in the
now
hole.
This is where this is gonna get complicated for me because I was a kid playing this shit, so I didn't have rated M games back
This is
then.
all dumb. Dom's like 80.
Shit. Okay, Chris, you still drawing blanks?
Shooting blanks, my
Always
friend.
shooting blanks.
Okay. Shit.
Once it comes down to grind time, I'll ask a question that'll completely bust this thing open.
Are the main characters of this game human?
Yes.
Okay.
Is this game a standalone?
Yes.
Okay.
Anything from you, Chris?
I was just gonna ask that question actually.
Um,
I'm not bullshitting either. I was actually gonna ask it.
Okay. So it's not part of a series. Features human characters. It's rated M. Is it a horror game?
No.
Okay.
That is a good question because he's a big horror guy.
I am.
I'm trying to think of, like, old-fashioned, like, rated M games. Usually those were only, like, horror games back in the day. Like, for the most part, from at least what I'm thinking of. In my head, that's what makes sense.
Man, if this is 50 Cent Bulletproof, I'm gonna shit a house. Actually, that's
game of
that's
all
one of
time.
the series. That's one of the series. Never mind. Is this game? Let's see. I actually have a couple of ideas of what this might be. Honestly, just like thinking about like how far Rob's mind can go. Okay, was this game? Was this game well liked?
Mixed reception.
Okay,
That's 10.
that doesn't help. I think I might know what this is.
I just had to double check too to make sure it was rated M because I was looking at the European
Oh,
rating.
here we go.
But it is in fact rated M.
Okay. All right. I already know what my next one is, but Cole, you go ahead.
Is this game is this game like a fresh new concept? And I mean that saying like is it its new own thing, or was it based off of like something else out of pop culture? Like, that's what I'm asking. I don't know if that makes sense. It is a yes or no question. I formed it that way. Like, is it?
You could say like, is this a licensed game?
Yeah, sure. Is it a licensed game?
No.
Okay.
Oh. So to clarify, like this isn't based on like a movie or a TV show. It's not a licensed property. Okay.
I don't think I would ever do that to you guys.
That was
Granted,
because
that might make it easier.
that actually just cut off like 6 of the possibilities that I had thought of. Okay. It's not licensed. Okay, so it's definitely not The Shield for PS2. Fuck.
The Shield.
Was this game single player only?
Yes.
Tom, good
God.
question.
Single player
That's a
only.
good question.
Not a big single player guy.
Chris, what do you got?
I was gonna ask if it's single player only.
Oh
but
my
you
God,
dumb.
what
You
is-
fucking read my mind, kid.
How about this, Chris? You go before Dom next time, just so you counteract that.
Yeah. We can do that. Sure, yeah.
Jeez, dude. Look, because I'm drawing blanks on my own mind about like anything it could be. I'm trying to think of like questions to help just try to help you guys out. I don't know. Does the main character use guns in this game?
No.
Okay, just gotta help in some regard, right?
That was a good question. Good question.
Okay, so it's not a shooter. It's M rated. It's one in a series. It's single player. It's not a platformer. Is this game a JRPG?
No.
That's good because that eliminates about 700 possibilities.
Yeah, there were a lot of JRPGs for PlayStation 2.
I was actually terrified that it was going to be one.
Is the main character a human?
That was already asked.
Was it? Who asked that?
Yes.
I asked if it
What
was.
the fuck, Cole? Jesus Christ.
Sorry, man.
And
That
what
was like
the
the
answer was
third
yes,
question.
right? Was the
Yeah,
answer
it was. Yes.
Oh boy.
Chris, you have anything else? Or is it go to me?
I think I know what this game is.
Is this a fighting game?
Yes.
That was literally my next question.
Like a fighting game in the traditional sense of the word, like a 2D fighting
Like
game.
I'm going to give you that one for free, Dom, because that was a great question. No.
Really
No,
pulled
it's
that
not a
one out of my
traditional
ass.
fighting game.
That was also going to be my next question, so shit.
Good.
I feel you, bro.
Look at
I
this.
feel you.
Look at this teamwork coming through. You guys are growing as a cohesive unit right now. I love it.
I think rated M fighting games. The
Non-traditional.
standalone,
Non-traditional.
non-traditional. Okay. That's just making me think like Tekken, like Soul Calibur, and games like that, where.
But it's
of
like
course,
you got
can't be
two
that.
or three rounds. Like it is a fighting game. It's just not a, but it is clearly like a round-based fighting game. Is what I'm asking. Is like when any normal sane rational human thinks of a fighting game, they would still classify it as that. I'm not gonna get fucked like I did last week, where it was a platformer that you said it was an RPG.
Hold on one second. Rephrase that one more time because it was cutting in and out for me.
Basically, is it still traditionally speaking, like, would you classify it as a fighting game, like any rational, normal person would say, that's a fighting game, or is it like, or
It's
is it
not.
like...
It's not like a traditional round-based fighting game.
Okay, there we go.
Oh god, I want to give you the actual genre title because it's a branch off of this genre.
I feel
but,
like we are owed this.
Oh my god! All right, it's considered action beat 'em up brawler.
Action beat 'em up brawler.
Okay, so that is
Yes, I
definitely
know
So that's
exactly what
definitely not a fighting game. Okay, okay.
Right. That's why I said. That's why I liked your non-traditional fighting.
Right. Okay, I got it. I'm all right. I'm back on track.
It's kind of making that like, what was that one game, the parkour game? The Mirror's Edge, what was it called? What was that game called? It was for the 360. It was the game. You know what I'm
Mirror's
talking about?
Edge.
Mirror's Edge. Okay, yeah. So it was called that. It's kind of I'm trying to imagine something of that nature where it's like a story, but you're running through and beating the shit out of people. But I just have no clue. Oh, okay. Well, actually, let me ask then: did the main character have any sort of superpowers, or is he a regular guy? Or I guess I can't
Yes,
say that.
he did.
Okay, superpowers.
Yes,
great.
he did.
Wow, I think I know what this game is, but I can't think of the name off the top of my head. I'm picturing it. I'm definitely like picturing this.
Yeah, me too.
I think I know what this is. I'll wait until we get to the end.
You guys are at 16 questions.
4 more.
Tom, how you feeling? I mean, you have the hunter now, so I feel like you should try to get as close as possible.
Is this game developed by Capcom?
Yes.
Hey,
Okay, this is like one of two. I think this is like one of two games.
I really wish you didn't Google PlayStation 2 action beat 'em ups.
that's what I have in right
No,
now.
I
can't find
I
anything.
swear to God, I literally. There are two games that are sticking out. Your boy had to organize used PS2 games at GameStop for 5 years, so
Sure.
I didn't do anything, man. I didn't Google shit.
Yeah, he's had his hands fucking firmly on his chest the whole time.
I'm clicking away.
Honor system.
Everything that would get every answer that was a yes, I would just add it on to what was already typed in. So it was like PS2, human character, mature.
I have no idea. This dude Garrett Keane in our chat has repeated the same guy's name like 16 times. I have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. But
you guys can communicate with each other what games you might think it is, where you think, what kind of questions you think you should ask.
All right, take your headphones off, Rob.
I mean, I can listen to it. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, but I don't want to see your face. I don't want to see your reactions because I'm going to watch
your face.
Dumb. I'm the most stoic person you've ever seen in your life.
Okay, so this is one of two games, and this is the only thing that tipped me off. The only reason, so there's this game called God Hand for PS2 that I'm pretty sure it is because Rob said that there was no way that we were going to guess it, and because it's super fucking obscure, and it is very Japanesey, and I'm very disappointed that he didn't say. I mean, it's not a JRPG, which is what I asked, but I'm kind of disappointed that it's not that. But I think that's what it is because that is an action beat 'em up game, and it's either that or like Beautiful Joe.
Does it have mixed reviews? That's an important detail.
Yeah, it's probably if you had to just, it's probably a very middle of the pack. There's probably some people that love it, and there's probably some people that can't stand it.
Can I put these back on yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're already back on.
But that's my guess.
Yeah.
Call of Duty Big Red 1. That's my guess.
Right. The specific question, does your character use guns in this game? No, they don't. Call of Duty Big Red 1.
Is this game... Oh, wait, I don't even think it's my turn. Chris, what do you got?
Let's get real.
Okay. Is this game... what's a word that I can ask? Trying to get to the bottom of this. Is this game colorful? I feel
I'm not sure.
The sheer hesitation alone it eliminates one of the other games that I was thinking of. Because if it really was okay, can I take back that question?
Sure.
Is this game cell shaded?
No.
Does that narrow it down then?
That narrows it down to the only other one that I could imagine. I
think we should go for it then. I can't imagine it's going to get any more specific than that, right?
You guys still got 2 questions.
Yeah.
How's your day going? And what that mouth do?
But yes to both of those questions. Right?
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
Yes, and yes.
Is this game... Do you, I mean, we already talked about it was a fighting game and this person doesn't use guns. Does this person primarily use their fists?
Yes.
Feeling good, Dom. I'm
feeling good. I'm kind of like...
I'm glad I talked you out of the other one.
Yeah, it was all Chris.
Chris, our Lord and Savior. And my last question, Rob, what's your favorite menu item at Uno's?
Never been.
It's a lie. It's a full bold-faced lie. Okay. Cole, I'll wait for your blessing. If you have one more question to ask.
I know. I'm on board. Let's do it.
All right. Is this God Hand for PS2?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, Dom. Good job. All around.
Dude, I'm impressed, man. Good shit, man. We got it.
Damn, the Fogo de Chao showing right now on Dom.
Gross.
They tell me I'm gaining weight. I tell them I'm getting paid.
Good job.
God Hands. Not technically a PlayStation 2 exclusive. It was ported to the PlayStation 3 with the PlayStation Network, but you guys never asked if it was a PlayStation 2 exclusive. You asked if it was a PlayStation exclusive, which in that case, yes, it is.
Yeah, we said PlayStation exclusive, and then is it a PS2 game?
Yes.
Yeah, so
right.
that's
fine.
That answered the question.
That's fine. I didn't even know that it was ported, so that wouldn't even have crossed my mind. But I actually
Yeah, it was
remember
just-
being
it was just
eternally
through the sword.
curious about that game because I wasn't sure what type of game it was. If it was a fighting game or if it was a beat 'em up brawler or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really know how to answer that question because, I mean, technically, yeah, you're fighting people in
Have
that
you
game.
played it?
Yes.
It's not bad.
Very good game. Very good. This was also 10 years ago.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It was every
it's pretty
copy
good.
of game that ever got traded in when I worked at that cesspool of a GameStop in the projects in Malden was literally scratched to shit. It looked like they ran it over 16 times. Oh my god.
Good game.
Rob, you lost. You lost.
Hold on. Look, this isn't a me
You are
versus
one
you. This
pathetic
isn't a me versus
loser.
you. I'm not sitting here hoping you guys lose. I'm just a mediator in all of this. What I'm actually trying to do is I'm actually trying to build a community, a growth community, you know? I want you guys to just build yourselves up. Just get more comfortable with each other by asking me
Wow,
video game
yeah.
questions. And like Dom's still the only one doing that. But like at some point it's gonna grow, you know?
Yeah.
You know what? That whole thing, it could have went to shit if we didn't find out it was a fighting game. Gonna throw that out there. It's not always about the quantity. It's about the quality.
And you
And-
guys didn't ask stupid fucking questions like, is this game fun? What?
Is this
How the
game
fuck-
enjoyable?
How am I supposed to answer that?
Cool. Well, great job. That was fun. Good times.
What was the other game that you were thinking of?
Beautiful Joe. But then I remembered that there was a
GameCube.
sequel.
And GameCube.
Yeah, but it was on PS2. The Beautiful Joe 2 came out on PS2 as well. I didn't even think of that was the only other thing that was on my mind.
Yeah, I was thinking like, what fucking cell shaded beat 'em up game was there on PlayStation? I couldn't remember anymore.
Also, Beautiful Joe, probably a top 15 game for me. Pretty good.
Yeah, but that was also a 2D side scrolling beat 'em up.
Still non-traditional. Also, that's probably more of a platformer. You could call Beautiful Joe like a beat 'em up platformer.
Yeah, I suppose. Well, regardless, good job.
Well-
Google, you guys did great. Google.
Oh, excuse train.
Oh, I'm sorry for taking a nice peruse through Dr. Bob's Secret Mage Guide on WickedGame.com. Sorry for looking at my phone. I was distracted by this great journalism. Sorry. I guess fuck me. I guess.
But by the way, that deck list is gonna be shit out of luck after they shit can ice block. So
Yeah, thank God.
oh my god.
So, okay, it's 4 a.m., which means it's 4 a.m. in Scotland, which means Joe is going to bed, which means we should go to bed. Probably
Fair
a good
enough.
idea. So we're going to close out this episode of Not on the Gaming Podcast, just like we always do, with a little segment we like to call Wicked Good Gaming, Send It. So, Cole, you haven't been on the podcast before, but we'll let you go first. Feel free to plug whatever you need to plug, shout out whoever you want to shout out. Let us know who you love and why.
Is this the part where I would plug? When you saying plug, you mean like plug my own shit and then I shout somebody else
No,
out?
I want you to plug in your vacuum and start just vacuuming around your bedroom. And
All right,
we'll have
listen,
people throw
I
bits
just-
at you.
Look, man, you put me on the spot and going first, and I wanted to make sure I wasn't gonna be like, oh, well, you can find me here at blank.
Okay,
And then
fine.
Exactly.
It goes
that's-
to you guys,
that's-
and then you'd be like, well, I'm gonna shout other people out because I'm not a fucking dickhead. So
All right, well,
exactly what
we'll give you a bunch of
do.
time because Chris always has a really lengthy addition to this. So, Chris, why don't you go first so Cole has some time?
God.
Nah, I got none.
All right, Cole.
You can find me on YouTube and Twitch just by typing in Proximitty with 2 T's. As you can see beneath me on the stream. Thank you for not putting the 1 T. I know that's the incorrect way to spell it, but I did that originally for vacancy purposes, and that is part of my brand now. And then on Twitter and Instagram with ProximittyCE at the end. Like Combat Evolved, it's not wide, it's actually my initials, but it works out as Combat Evolved as well. So
That's what I thought of when I saw it, actually.
yeah, everybody does. I didn't even realize. I never looked at Halo CE and ever thought like that's my initials until I made the Proximity CE stuff. But I guess that's it.
It's
And
almost
then-
like it was destiny.
I know, right? Makes
Ah,
sense.
Bungie puns. We got him.
Ah, you picked up on it. I like the cut of your jib.
And then I'm supposed to shout people out or somebody. I talked about both these guys in the podcast, but my man Ubernick, you can find him on Twitch, like Uber, like your driver, and then Nick, and YouTube. Ubernick, check him out. Great friend of mine. Great dude. And then also Hidden Xperia, who's the Halo lore guy. So if anybody's interested in that, as I mentioned,
Yes.
it's Hidden Xperia. Look him up on YouTube. You can pretty much type in Halo lore and you will find him. He has really great content and he makes all sorts of really fascinating videos. I'm not into Halo lore, but I really enjoy watching his stuff. So that should tell you something. All right, that's it. I'm out. That's cool. That's all
Hey,
my
guess what?
stuff to-
You just contributed more to the shout-out segment of our podcast than Chris has in 65 episodes.
Hey, I do
Let's
what
go.
I can. I'm a hard worker.
Yeah.
Great. Bert?
Big shout-out to our pal Cole, Proximity, for coming on this week.
Yeah, thanks for
coming
having
on.
me, guys. Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
blast. Thank you.
Gonna have to throw a shout-out. Like, the Just Okay Gamers got lucky because we weren't recording this Thursday, which is the day that they record as well.
Save some
So,
Twitch
like,
bandwidth for the other people.
Yeah, sorry guys. This is a free one on us, guys. Don't worry about it. But they should be joining us next week. It should be Guido, Millpool, and hopefully Nasty joining us. So we're gonna have a party going next week.
Bring your
'cause
party
they're
hats.
gonna
Wait,
be
everybody put your party hats on? Hold on.
Oh, red party hat, RuneScape red party hat. Do you have any idea how much red party hats go for right now?
I don't know what that
I don't
is.
even-
This is going right like this.
This is
RuneScape, man.
RuneScape. Like
You don't
28
know-
mil.
You don't know what a party hat is, Dom?
I played
Come on,
I
man.
played good MMOs when I was
I didn't.
Excuse me?
Don't play like Maple Story.
Yo, I did have a
Maple
Maple
Story
Story
was
account. I actually did have a
Maple
Maple Story
Story was
account.
dope. But yeah, anyway, the Just Okay Gamers, 3 out of the 4 should be joining us next week for a big party hat episode. They'll be joining us in PAX. So if anyone else is joining us in PAX, let us know. We're going to be there. We live right outside of where PAX is being held.
45.
Okay?
Yeah, we're like a 45-second T ride.
Right. So just let us know. We're going to be there. We're going to be wearing our Wicked Gaming apparel that you can get at wickedgaming.threadless.com, or you could go to wickedgaming.com, and once you're done perusing the great content that we put up there, you could just click on the shop button. There's a little link. You click on it. It says shop. Takes you right to it. But yeah, let us know. If you come to PAX, we'd love to see you.
Yeah, agreed. Pretty much all that. Plus, shout out to the chefs over at Fogo de Chao for sponsoring this belly.
Back.
Thank you. You know what I mean? Big shout out to Cole. Thank you for coming on. Obviously, it's great to have you. Go check him out. Go make sure it's Proximity with 2 T's, and don't you forget it.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Don't get it twisted. Go follow him on Twitch. Go follow him on Instagram. Go follow him on, GoFundMe. Throw money at him. Whatever. All that good stuff. It's always good to reunite with an old friend that we haven't seen in a long time. I hope you go play Halo Reach, and I hope you cry. I really mean that in the nicest way possible. I do hope that you cry.
And I hope you cry.
Because that game made me cry so many times, and I'm going to go cry myself to sleep thinking about it. And also shout out to you if you're following us on Twitch right now, twitch.tv/wickedgoodgaming. Obviously, we love you and we appreciate you. If you don't, do that. And if you don't subscribe to us, there's an easy way to subscribe to us for free. It's called stealing your girlfriend's Amazon Prime and then just going to link it to your Twitch account. See, Cole's nodding his head. He knows. And just logging in. And then if you guys break up, it's okay because she'll never notice anyway. But,
or just steal your mom's credit card.
Yeah. Or
Another way to do it.
or do that.
Be
Or
quick.
do that.
Be quick.
Hey,
though.
that's it. You know what I'm saying? Be quick or be dead. That's my motto. So, follow us on pretty much everything else. farmersonly.com/wickedgoodgaming. Twitter's at wickedgoodgames.
Dude, FarmersOnly.com
Yo.
deserves an award for the worst fucking commercials I've ever seen.
Awful.
Oh my god.
So bad.
I'd rather watch a Cialis commercial. Cialis.com/wickedgoodgaming. Use our promo code. Did you finish?
You guys have a Christian Mingle and a blackpeoplemeet.com?
Yo, actually, we're on
Yeah,
it.
perfect. Yeah, great.
Guess what you just put in my head, Dom? I'm going to be reaching out to Cialis to get a nice sponsorship going for us.
Promo code. Did you finish?
That's too good. That should be a thing.
Oh, fuck.
Wow. Well, that's definitely it for this episode of the podcast. Thank you guys for subscribing. You can find us on iTunes, Google Play, TuneIn Radio, Stitcher, Google Play again, and also Spotify. Little known platform for audio things. Spotify. If you've heard of it, you might have heard of us because we might be, if not, are definitely the first thing that comes up when you search gaming podcasts in Spotify. You might have seen us. I mean, and if
True
you have,
facts.
If you have, click on it, click on the little thing, and then click on follow, and then you can get all this nice, delicious content in your inbox every Friday. Because we do this for you, because we love you. And by we, I mean me. I do this.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
you know, I have to upload the files. Like, you know, I got, you know, Lauren's gonna listen to me yell at a computer screen for 2 hours a week. It's tough. I gotta go to bed.
Poor Lauren wouldn't even turn a light on behind you. She walked by with her phone flashlight because you were scared to turn on the light because you scream at her.
No, I don't. Are you kidding me? Well, I'm gonna convince
Lauren, I'm fucking recording the podcast. Get out of here.
I'm watching World of Warcraft lore videos. Get out of here.
Shut the lights off.
Come back and.
Don't you dare blow out that candle as you walk away.
That's for ambience. That's for Varian Rin, you uncultured swine.
You gotta have the mood candle going, dude.
Come back in 45 minutes when I've learned all there is to learn about the Undercity.
Oh, God.
That's a real. I'm gonna go watch that lore video again. So yeah, and that's pretty much it, man. That's all we got. So you know, for all of us here at Wicked Good Gaming and also Cole, I'm just gonna put words in his mouth right now. We love you, and we'll see you next week.